Hey YouTube, it's B David here, checking in. This is day 5 after my vertical sleeve gastrectomy, and guys, I'm doing good. I'm doing real freaking good. Day 1 in the hospital. Spent 2 nights in the hospital because I have pretty damn good insurance, and it was a good experience. Everybody was pretty top notch. Spent a lot of time sleeping, which is surely what I needed, and came out, almost under my own power. Of course, they have to roll you out, but it all went real well. I was tired, of course, and they gave me intravenous painkillers every couple of hours. So every time I got one of those, or the nausea medicine, because I felt kind of nauseous, I went to sleep, and so it's pretty cool. Got through it pretty easily. What would be the worst? Oh, the worst. Yeah, the worst part was my back, man. They stretch you out, and they roll you in the operating room. You're already starting to go under, and they roll you in, and it's all space age looking, and they stretch your arms out on the boards. And my last thought, I think, before I passed out was, I wonder if my back's going to like this. And it didn't. And between that and supposed air capture caught in the cavity, though they try to get all of it out because they pump you up like a balloon and then do the surgery. Between those two things, I had some aches and pains and muscle aches and kind of like pains in the chest. And, you're thinking, oh, God, am I having the big one? And that wasn't it. And I just kept working my back on the bed, and I'd get up. I got up on day 2, and I don't know if I got up on day 1. It's kind of a blur. Once the back wasn't hurting anymore, I felt pretty good. Stomach is raw. You don't want to do the twist or shake your belly back and forth. It's kind of sore. Even to now, day 5, it's still a little sore, but it's not a big deal. It's been sore before just because of something I ate or whatever. I started at 266. I'm at 249, 17 pounds. Yeah, 17 pounds, and I've been doing pretty good. One warning for you is that I'm a little warm. Been running around this morning, having a burst of energy, taking care of some stuff before I go off to work. Anyway, they put you on this diet, and you're supposed to work your way back up into, more and more complicated foods, if you will. I learned that, the first thing they start you out on is broth, and I had been doing the broth thing for the 5-day fast that I had to do before I started the surgery. And I was pretty sick of the broth, but when I got out of the surgery and they're doing the broth, theirs tasted extra salty, which it probably wasn't. It was a different brand, I knew that, but the salt was bothering my stomach. So, I was like, I didn't really think about it at first. I was just like, I just can't eat it, and I thought, well, it's just because I'm raw, and it's kind of true. But it's also true that the salt was bothering my stomach. It's like, it's not that I couldn't consume anything, because water was doing okay. It's just their choice. And then the other choice, of course, was red Jell-O, which I had been eating for 5 days and was so sick of. And the sugar-free stuff that they use in, sugar-free Jell-O was making me sick before the surgery. It gave me the squirts, and it just, my body just wasn't liking it. So I guess the message is, when you're coming back off of it, you really got to be looking at what's the list of food options and what can you actually eat that you could have eaten before. I mean, and so if you're lactose intolerant, you don't want to be getting heavily into the milk, and that's what I was. I'm not lactose intolerant, but I have the limits, and on an empty stomach that's the size of a who knows what, right, little thing. And if I'm pumping it full of nothing but yogurt, plain yogurt, and I think my diet plan is after day 2 they start moving you into a whole bunch of milk basically, and of course my stomach felt like crap because that's all I was eating. So I'll have to admit I jumped ahead a little bit. Tried to get into more significant foods that I'm going to hold there for quite a while. I'm comfortable with where I'm at now, which means I can eat egg. And I can eat cottage cheese, which I actually do like, even though it's a milk product. But I have a variety. I even bought those packets of super thinly sliced ham and chicken. And I have this little tiny egg frying pan, and I'll even cook them. Makes them taste better. I eat one of those. Maybe I think I had two. No, I had one. One or two, and then the better part of an egg, and you're good to go for a while. It's kind of freaky thinking, but you get full, and I'm training my body. I'm training now. The plumbing has been changed, and I got to change the wiring a bit. So I took the little 1 ounce, which is 2 tablespoons, which I had totally forgotten. 1 ounce, 2 tablespoon medicine cup thingy, and I'm pouring it into this little Chinese rice bowl thing that I have, and it's like, okay, so this bowl is 6 ounces, and 4 to 6 ounces is supposed to be what my stomach is. And I'm just trying to get my head around, what do you eat? And I'm using a smaller plate, and I have some plasticware, so I'm doing plasticware as my kind of like baby utensils. Because my forks and stuff are huge, and my plates are generally pretty huge. Anyway, rambling, but just saying, getting into it, getting used to it. I've been walking the last 3 days. I live in San Diego. I've been going down to the beach and just walking along the boardwalk and going to the park, and I feel pretty damn good. I get tired. I was getting tired. Right now, I feel I'm buzzing. And take a nap. I have to admit, it's Monday. I went in surgery on Wednesday, and I'm going to work. I have an office job, so I'm not going to be picking anything up, lifting anything. But I'm going to go to work, and if I'm tired, I'm going to say, my stomach hurts, something like that. Because I'm not really, dumping all this on everybody I work with right now. Maybe later, but not for now. It's all guys. So. What else? Wounds. Then I got to get off to work. Show you the wounds. They're not a big deal, and I'm hoping they're going to heal good. And I hope you can see them. Let's see. Everything's backwards. 1, 2. Let me just look at them. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 5. I think they were thinking of doing something here, but I don't know. Or maybe it was a needle. I'm not sure. And then here's where they had a drain plug. They drain out, any blood that may be coming out. And it was. They have a little squeeze ball that's clear, and they have a tube going in to your cavity, and this thing is compressed, and then it just slowly sucks out any blood. And I probably filled the thing 2, maybe 3 times, So those are the wounds. They shaved my belly. I'm a bit hairy, but not real hairy. And I had wounds here before from long ago. So, I'm happy. They're starting to itch, which is a good sign. Means that they're doing okay. And hopefully they'll heal up well. I'm going to use Mederma. I'm told is a good scar, ointment to put on to make them as minimal as possible. But I'm pretty happy with this, and I hope it continues, and I'm excited. So I'll check back in. I don't know, I'm not promising any particular schedule, but I'll try to check in maybe when I have something to say. But I'll try to keep it relatively frequent. And if you see this message and you have questions, feel free. All right? Take care.